T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
Be loud, be proud.
T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
Good evening, lacrosse fans. You are watching the T&D Sports video production here at Syosset High School. It is a girls lacrosse tilt. I am Robert Anderson here with my partner, Vanessa Windsor. Vanessa, we've got the Port Washington Lady Vikings coming in with a 3-6 record, taking on the Syosset Braves at 4-5. Not where both of these teams want to be, but it's a big point in the season for them to shift their outcome for the rest of the season. What do we got on deck?
Yeah, I think it's, for both teams, this game matters for them to really shift the momentum, like you said. Port Washington, they're really looking to value the possessions, really focus on utilizing all of their players. We're going to go over onto the screen to their roster. These are their starters. The coach had mentioned that she is really looking for defense to work as a unit, make sure that everybody gets touches on offense, and to move on over to their defense. Their defensive back is Hayes Hassett. She has 300 career saves. It is her 4th year on varsity. She is the spotlight player for tonight for Port Washington. She's really going to be the backbone to make sure that they're able to really keep themselves in this game.
You said it, Vanessa. She's the quarterback, vocal leader, and there she is on the screen. Great camera work trying to get her team ready to roll. And on the other side, for Syosset, they've got themselves quite the starting lineup as well. A lot of scoring power here. One of the things that Coach said is that they need to be ready on their draws. They have to buy into a new defensive adjustment. New coach, new system, a lot going on. Offensively, they got to move the ball, and the person they try to move the ball to is number 17, Julie Shaughnessy. And there you can see Julie during the national anthem. Julie, 29 goals on the season thus far, looking to make it 30 today. What a season. What an athlete. She's going to be the one, not only are we watching, but Port Washington's got to keep an eye on as well.
Definitely, and I think the draws are really something special here. We're about to be on the first whistle. The draws are really going to be where both teams are going to value that possession, right? So if you get possession, you're in a better opportunity.
All right, we're going to take a quick break as they finish a national anthem, and then we'll bring back all the action here on the T&D Sports video production.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Save Hill. Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
Nice feed in front, and Delaberti puts it home. Cooper sophomore up top. Gets it in. Fires and scores!
Great shot. He's a terrific player.
There's a shot and there's a score by James.
Byrne comes around the left side. Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored one. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
Experience, trusted, proven, excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production, the industry standard, T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
All right, we are back in action here in Syosset. And Vanessa, you were talking to me prior to the start of this. Both teams highlighting the draw. What is the importance of getting this thing started with a solid draw and finding some kind of consistency with the draw?
Yeah, I think it just really sends a statement to win the first one. You know, both teams waiting, anticipating for over an hour and a half warm-up. You know, you get to this first whistle, you know, I think it really is a statement. But what I love about the draw is you can also adjust. So I think with both teams being focused on this is going to be a big one.
Well, we're going to get it underway. Again, folks, don't let the sun fool you. You can look at those jerseys. They are flying in the wind, about 10-mile-per-hour gusts. And the opening draw just about set up.
1 versus 1. You see that?
Oh, yeah. We got the 1v1. So Sandra Della Iacano versus Lily Silvera. Lily's going to be another one of the players we highlight. 23 goals on the season, 7 assists. She's got 30 total points, the junior midfielder. Took the first draw, and it's going to be possession, Port Washington. And Port's going to make their first run going towards the net. It's Della Iacano. She takes a shot, and it hits the back of the net. My goodness. I thought it was a save at first, but Della Iacano, the first on the board. It's 1-0. Let's take another look at it.
All right, so we have number 1 here. She was right off the draw. She was able to get that ground ball, taking it down that lane, and a nice rip low. She came high, went low. What a beautiful goal within 15 seconds of the start of this game.
Right away, and you had Charlie Kaplan there trying to get the stick. Do you want to see something different as a defender? Charlie kind of let her make her move. A little more physicality out of the gate. How do you defend against?
Yeah, I think if, you know, you're the Syosset coach, you're going to be really letting them know to come outside the 12, make that contact early, try to slow it down. I think what kind of happened was Syosset wasn't really ready for it because they were still battling the draw.
Yes.
So they were out of position, and she was just able to take that lane. So I think the adjustment there is really just someone getting on that ball early.
And it is Della Iacano unassisted for the first goal of the game. And Port Washington off to an early lead, but now back the other way, and with a head full of steam, here comes Syosset, and who else other than Julie Shaughnessy. They wanted to get a lot of touches on offense, moving it around the perimeter.
And they're moving it really beautifully. I mean, they're really widespread. Everyone's getting a touch.
A little bit of a mistouch there, and now it's going to go the other way for the Vikings. Again, folks, we're going to keep our eye on number 17, Julie Shaughnessy. 52 points on the season. She is the stud on this team, heading to Michigan State lacrosse, so real deal Holyfield.
Oh, yeah, they're having a great season this year. She's going into a great program, upsetting a lot of teams.
So the Vikings would love to try to get a second tally and really put the pressure on Syosset early, 1-0, 15 seconds in. Nice pass out in front, and another shot and goal. This time it's Maggie Cassidy, the senior midfielder, making it look easy with a quick pass.
Beautiful looking here. You can see that number 10 is coming up the wing. Her head is up. She's ready to either go or make that assist. And another high to low, right around the goalie.
And that number 10 is Aaliyah Brodsky. Brodsky, the sophomore, getting it over to Cassidy. And 2-0. I guess the question is, Vanessa, what kind of adjustments do you want to see out of Syosset? They've let them move down the field pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think that really right now, I know that you had mentioned the Syosset coach said that they have a new defense, right? So this is a newer defense than they're used to. I think they really need to pressure out on ball a little bit quicker. That's really just the only adjustment, because it does seem like if you give Port Washington a little bit of space, they're either going to be able to assist it or go.
And they've been getting that space early. So we'll see if they can lock it down, start getting the bodies on. One of the things they are trying to pride themselves on with that defense is to break up the passing lanes. And now Syosset going to try to set it up on the other side here, working out of the X position. It is Shaughnessy.
I love the Port Washington defense right now. They're high pressuring. You can definitely tell they're in a zone. Not necessarily a backer. Two people are playing backer right now, so they're switching sides, which I love. And that's how you get those close turnovers, right there.
It was a good pass intended for Lily Silvera, but then she lost possession, and it's a steal the other way.
Yeah, playing that high bird zone is really going to allow those close turnovers to happen. I think Port Washington was playing that really right. They knew that pass was going to be that look in, and they were right there just to cut off that angle.
A little bit of a grudge match we've got, right? These two did face each other in the playoffs last year. It was Port Washington advancing. Both of these teams look completely different, right? New coaches, a lot of seniors graduated from Port Washington. Do you think that any of that playoff lingers, trying to have that rivalry back?
Oh, yeah. I think that's like the best part of high school sports, right? You get the opportunity to see the team again if they're in your league, a little bit of a redemption run maybe for Syosset. And I think there's a lot of game left. We're only in the first quarter. They can make the adjustments they need to make. But Port Washington really does seem to be utilizing their transition really well.
And it looks like we're going to have our first free position of the day. And it's going to be Dello Iacano. She elects to pass it, or maybe the shot clock.
I think he might be calling for a reset.
Okay. So Dello Iacano will have another opportunity at it, I believe. Well, they're going to sort that on the sidelines. I'm assuming Dello Iacano is going to have another opportunity here. So another fun fact for Syosset, they have 4 sets of sisters on this team.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right?
It's a lot of sisters.
It's a lot of sisters. 4 sets, and 2 of them the Shaughnessy's. Number 3, Lily, is out there. And you've got Julie. And now it looks like they do have the shot clock set up, and we're ready to go here.
Definitely.
So as far as defending now from a free position, what advice would you have for Syosset?
I think they really have to high pressure. You know, right now she's on the 12, so she might be looking to go. She might be looking to pass it. Looks like she's looking to pass it. They're really playing this wing really well, utilizing number 10.
So cutting along the crease, using that outside perimeter. Amity gets it down low.
It does seem like Syosset is starting to pressure a little bit quicker. It's going to be a shooting space call.
You were talking about the shooting space call earlier. We had this conversation, ironically.
Yes.
And we'll get your thoughts on it after this free position. This one looks like it's going to go straight. It's in the net, but we'll see. It is. And did we have a goal? Nobody moved.
There was a foul he called again.
Called second foul. All right.
So she gets another opportunity.
And another whistle. A lot of confusion down there on the field today. So taking it's going to be Violet Ortenzi. Is that instant replay so we can get a look. Yeah, she was tripped up there. So Violet Ortenzi, the junior attack. She's headed to Furman University. Coach said that she's one of those big presences out there. All right, so
it looks like the refs are just kind of working it out. You know, I actually think that these athletes are staying very poised. They look ready to go. Number 16 still twiddling her stick. She's just being patient. Sometimes they have to work it all out in the beginning there.
I think it's the parents that might actually be a little upset because the shade is starting to come in and the wind's kicking in, and they're kind of like, hey, guys, let's get this together. We got to heat up.
Really exciting game already, though. I think, you know, both teams want it. You can see that there's energy. And there's been some foul confusion. However, these kids are staying poised. I think that's something to be proud of as coaches.
Without a doubt, and the referees are sorting it out. The coaches are staying poised, too. I mean, that's a skill in and of itself. You can get a little frustrated.
Agreed.
Especially if you're on the Syosset side. You're down 2-0. You know they got the shot. So Ortenzi now looks like she's going to get the thumbs up.
All right, it looks like she's setting up for a step-down shot rather than running it in. So she's changing that up. And that's going to be a goal.
Bada bing, bada boom. Violet Ortenzi puts the third on the board. And for Washington now
goal,
up 3-0. And that's Ortenzi unassisted. Here's another look.
I absolutely love that she switched up her shot. You know, she noticed that they were able to close in quick. Second opportunity, she changed it, gave it a nice rip. That was a beautiful, beautiful step down. You can definitely see why she's going Division I lacrosse.
All right, and there's going to be a timeout from Syosset, so we're going to take a timeout here at T&D. We'll be back after this.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Byrne comes around the left side. Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored one. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
All right, we are back in action here at Syosset. A timeout by Syosset, down 3-0. Vanessa, put on your coaching cap. What are you saying in that huddle besides building morale?
You know, I actually think that they made great adjustments on defense. It was a bad call, right? Like, it was a good check, but, you know, could have went either way, so it could technically be 2-0. I think as a coach, you're just saying, you know, win the possession and take opportunities, right? They just need more shots. They really haven't had any shots.
No, they haven't.
And they've been down there. They've had opportunities. So that's kind of what I would be saying is take your shots, take your opportunities, go to goal.
Win the draw.
Win the draw.
Right.
They did win, actually.
Yeah.
They have more draw wins than Port Washington. They just didn't really get any shots off yet.
Well, we'll see how this transition works out for them now. And again, the head coach for Syosset is Jen Graham. It's her first year. She was an assistant coach last year. She's 2 years on the JV. Again, felt the sting of that loss to Port Washington last year. And she said part of the goal coming in with this team was not only focus on the task, learning the new defense, but she wanted to make sure that this team built a lot of morale on and off the field. And we know that that's a super important part of the game. We spoke about it. Make sure you build community, right?
Definitely. And I think, having 4 sets of sisters probably helps a little bit with that, right?
Absolutely. Those parents got to be involved. Syosset looking to get it down low, trying to find Shaughnessy overshot.
Yeah, they're getting the looks.
Yeah, this is the second time they're missing those.
I wonder if the sun has something to do with it, right? So which way is the sun? It almost seems like they're a little overthrows.
Yeah.
Sometimes that could be a sunset situation.
It definitely looks like it's going that way, so you might be onto something there. If I put the eye black on.
Wait, isn't that a rule we can't wear that anymore?
Is it?
It was when I coached a couple years ago. Or you're only allowed to wear just not the Kylie Oatmiller Batman. You can only wear like a stripe.
Yeah, just do the one line instead of looking all swagged out. That attempted shot went up and over the net, and the Vikings continuing to put pressure on, looking down low there.
That was a great back check by that defender. Great ground ball.
And scooped up quickly by Delo Iacano, and she's going to hit the reset button to Hayes Hassett. Oh, correction, sorry, Ruma Puthasari. We didn't get much to talk about Roma Puthasari. That's the goalkeeper, senior, first-year starter.
Yeah, she's a captain. Coach had a lot of great things to say about her, that she's really developed her game and has a great opportunity here. She seems to have a really great defense supporting her. They're definitely closing in now. You can tell they got settled in for sure.
They certainly are a little braver using their bodies. Both coaches saying they have goalkeepers out of their quarterbacks vocally as well. And there's a shot in the first goal of the game. The Braves are on the board. And who is it? Miss Shaughnessy, number 30.
What a great look down. They've been looking for this the past couple of times when there was an overthrow. They seem to finally have gotten it on that left side. Crease roll. Great shot. A little bit of a jump shot. I loved it. Put a little flair on that.
And there's the official announcement. Julie Shaughnessy, number 30. And you could tack the assist on, I believe it was number 15, Charlie Kaplan.
Number 15, yes. You know, that was a beautiful just reminder, adjust your defense. They were able to get a cause turnover, ground ball, just by taking those slides a little bit faster, and it turns into a goal.
And Shaughnessy was the intended target a few times down in that crease, so finally connecting with her, and I got to think that's going to take a little bit of a monkey off of their back for sure.
Absolutely. What did they say? The first goal is always the hardest?
That's it, yeah.
Got to get it rolling.
Listen to Charlie Kaplan fans out there, huh? A little chant for Charlie.
I love the energy on their sideline. I think that says a lot about who they are as a team. They're 2 goals down. They're still cheering.
And looking to build on it there. Kaplan sends it down, and it's another goal. How about Lily Silvera, her 24th.
And number 15 again with the assist. She is hot off of those assists. Doing a great job with that skip pass. She looks right in. She sees that number 1's going to be right there. It is literally that right side crease roll again. Open up.
So the exact same play. Charlie Kaplan setting them both up. And just like that, Syosset in this game. Well, you said it, that it was going to go back the other way, right? 3-0 was not going to be indicative of how this Syosset team plays. And sun in their eyes or not, they're managing to figure this out now. how about Charlie Kaplan, 2 assists?
Very critical draw here is going to go to Syosset. Huge opportunity for them.
It's a good battle down low. And we've got a whistle, and it's going to go Syosset's way.
I don't think anyone's happy with that call on the Port Washington side. He called a cover, which it was, because they were near her.
Yeah, a lot of moans and groans there, but you say correct call.
It is a correct call because the way that the rules go, you can absolutely cover the ball if you're by yourself. But if you are battling for the ball with another team, you're not allowed to. So, she just tapped it a little bit over. And that was a great opportunity for Syosset to gain that possession there.
You said it. I mean, really big for Syosset. It feels like the winds have changed for sure. Oh, and we're going to have a card. Sending off, who we got there, number 11, Tess Baudet, sophomore attack. So Baudet at 3:19 is going to take a seat. And it's going to be a man up here for Syosset. How big is this moment?
Big opportunity with a man up. I think they just have to really value the possession, even though the sun's in their eyes. Take their time. They have 90 seconds. The shot clock just reset, which is also very helpful when there's a foul. The shot clock automatically resets, so 90 seconds is a lot of time for them to be a man up. So hopefully they stay patient and poised and are able to get a shot or two off.
And Vanessa, you said the shot clock, you're a fan, right?
I am a fan.
90 seconds.
I am a fan of the shot clock. I think now that it's been on the high school level for quite some time, I think it will be interesting to see if the rules committee follows suit with the college time, which is 60 seconds, make the game a little bit faster. They really care about safety, obviously, so only time will tell if they're able to do that. It does seem like Syosset is staying poised right now, really looking for the right opportunity.
And they said they want a lot of touches on offense. They're working the ball very, very well. Right on cue with the miscue. But Kaplan picks it back up. She's been the assist leader today.
Yeah, she's really quarterbacking from the top. I love it.
And how about that shot? A big save there by Hayes Hassett. That's her first of the game and a big one.
Huge save for her team. I think she's really showing how she has 300 saves already. 301. And that's what you really want out of a goalie. You want them to be the 8th defender and make those big saves in big moments.
And I talk about it a lot. I think the hardest positions in sports is probably a catcher in baseball and softball and a goaltender in lacrosse. I mean, that net is small, but that ball is small also. Not an easy task.
What an amazing caused turnover by Syosset.
Peyton Chunt's taking her time and hitting the reset button, coming down low. Silvera bounces one just wide. What a great job breaking through there for Silvera.
Dare I say we might be entering the second quarter with a tie game.
From your lips to the Syosset ears. It's another shot, changing the angle a little bit. How important is it for them to change the sight line? Yeah, Chun's kind of side-armed it.
I think it was a great shot.
Oh, goodness. And how about that? A quick goal from out of the back. And is it Shaughnessy? It is?
Yes.
How quick was that? Julie Shaughnessy. Get another look at it here.
So there was 3 shots in 30 seconds here. Oh, she faked the pass and went crease roll. That was beautiful. Really showing off her stick skills there. I mean, she really sold that assist to really shift that defense.
Well, she had me fooled, to be honest. I thought she was going to go for the pass as well, following her.
I mean, I think that just shows her lacrosse IQ, who she is as a player. She really knew that she wanted to shift them and she's quick enough to get around that crease.
And Michigan State's going to be happy with that for sure.
Absolutely.
Goals 30 and 31 now for Shaughnessy. She's got 54 points on the season.
Yeah, she needs to take that highlight and rewind that online for sure. That's
And we're
beautiful.
tied. Yeah, brand new game. And you said it. You said, dare I say.
I like to take some chances when I see a flow going.
Oh,
You know, I'll tell you what, this defense for Syosset, I know the coach talked about them with you over the phone. What I'm now seeing, that shift with them, they've gotten multiple caused turnovers, multiple ground balls for Syosset to be able to put that ball in the back of the net. And I do think that sometimes they're like the unsung heroes, right? Like we don't talk about them as much, but there was a caused turnover by number 19 that really shifted for them to be able to get to that 3-3. And I think that says something about, you know, their defense for sure. A lot of athleticism and eye on the ball moments.
It certainly makes you wonder, too, if Coach Graham really just made them a little more aware during that timeout. Because since that timeout, they look like a completely different team on both sides.
Agreed. Looks like it's going to go to an 8-meter.
With 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter, tied at 3 apiece. Syosset going to try to pop it up by 1 here. And that shot off a defender, it's going to go wide. 1 second, and that's going to do it at the end of 1 quarter of play. We are balanced out at 3 apiece. We're going to take a break here on T&D Sports Network, and we'll be back.
Up top, El Male. Nice feed in front. And Delaberti puts it home. Cooper sophomore up top. Gets hit. Fires and scores.
Great shot. He's a terrific player.
There's a shot and there's a score by James.
Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored 1. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Savior. Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored 1. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
Back in Syosset, back on T&D, and we're going to take a look at a big shot.
All right, we are just in awe over this fake here by Shaughnessy. Go Wolverine. She's going to Michigan, and she is really showing off her lacrosse IQ here. She was able to shift that defense and go high to low. Here we are again. I love it. I love it. She just fakes it. She faked us out in the press box. High-low, making it 3-3.
Absolutely incredible. And Stadler, you got to give her credit for breaking through the defense. Kind of carried a few of them with her. And Jaden Stadler, the junior, attack with the she was the decoy. And Stadler, she's got 15 goals and 15 assists on the season. So a lot of scoring threats up there. But ultimately, Shaughnessy leading the way. 2 goals. And Charlie Kaplan, 2 assists.
Yeah, I love how it's really ranged, and I love how they're scoring off assists. think that really says something about how they flow as an offense. And that if one person's going to be doubled or locked off, somebody else can get in the back of the net. I love that this game is tied.
Yeah.
I think both teams are really battling. Very even on the draw. They're actually 50-50 on draws.
Are they?
Yeah. So, very telling for the game.
And if you're just joining us, it was Della Iacono for Port Washington, 15 seconds in, and then Cassidy from Brodsky made it 2-0 with about 3 minutes, and then a free position by Ortenzi made it 3-0, and it looked like a tilt. And then Syosset a timely timeout and just locked in. And now we'll see if that Sun plays to their advantage going this way.
Nice look.
What a pass and what a shot. Oh, my goodness. Lily Silvera poking it inside that right corner post. And it's 4-3.
Beautiful speed here. Okay, they're working this wing again. They love this wing. They're looking at it. Great speed off of this cut. Nice high grab. Another bounce shot.
And that's Silvera's second goal of the game. She did have that bounce look prior. Stadler with the assist. Just talking about her again, the decoy. I'll tell you, if you're the Port Washington defense, you have to have your head on a swivel right now.
A lot of speed. It doesn't surprise me that Lily is going to Boston College. They really do like to recruit a lot of girls in the midfield who have a lot of speed, and I think that she was able to showcase that off of the cut. She was wide open. I mean,
wide open. And good for Stadler to see her. Stadler going to Vanderbilt. You know, some pretty impressive colleges on the list.
Yes.
All right, come the Vikings.
That's a great check.
4 unanswered goals, and now Port Washington's Amber Fox trying to set things up. They're taking the time, no rush, which is good.
The momentum shifted so much, it's almost hard to believe it's only 4-3, right?
Yeah. And just a tale of 2 totally different games, you know, 3 unanswered and now 4 unanswered. Played back to Puthasari. And now we'll get a look at that Syosset transition. Shot clock still ticking down. We're at about 67 seconds. A quick goal for Syosset here in the second quarter. 4-3, they're in the lead.
It's going to be a cause turnover for them. Another opportunity to try to, she's going, you can tell. She's trying at least.
There was a head full of steam there, and it was Sloan Friedland, number 12 for Syosset, that lost it and then tried to make up for it to make sure that no damage was done. And they're going to move back Violet Ortenzi. Folks, that wind is still kicking up. You can see it on those flags. So chilly down there. Again, don't let the sun fool you out there. The fun fool you. It is a windy day.
Definitely makes it feel much colder, I'm sure, for them, even though they're playing. Definitely wouldn't want to be a goalie when it's on the other side.
Now they're both in their sweatpants. And we got a free position here. The officials sorting it all out.
Big opportunity for Port Washington here to tie it up again. It's going to be another goal.
And it is a shot and another goal. 4-4, we're tied. Second free position shot. And that's going to go to, I believe, Maggie Cassidy. It is the senior midi.
Port Washington goal by Maggie Cassidy.
All right, so it looks like she's ready to go. they were just shy of being able to close it in, and she was able to get that quick release. You know, both teams, I think offensively, it's interesting that when you talk to both coaches, they talked about how they're really going to be relying on their offenses, relying on everybody to take shots, everybody to score goals, make assists. And I do think that it's like this pendulum, right? Like one team gets it, they're getting a shot off. The other team gets it, they're getting a shot off. Really challenging the defenses because of that too.
Yeah, and both goalies seeing a lot of action, hard to make some saves. I think what you were saying earlier too about that sun effect, and it looked like Putasari was very uncomfortable with that shot. Kind of bounced past her, and then she looked behind her after the fact.
Yeah, it's just like an interesting time of year for these night games, you know, with the sun going down. I think it does make it challenging. I mean, you can kind of see even on the screen, like a lot of these girls are squinting to really see the ball and see each other. So, you know, listen, you have to play through it. These games happen also in playoffs where these games are scheduled around this time. They're going to have sometimes the sun in your face, sometimes it's going to be on your back. So you got to learn to play through it. And I think they are adjusting really well. It just to make it challenging, especially for goalies, for sure.
You said it, and the playoffs are right around the corner. How about that sidewinder shot there, just wide of the net? Playing it at Farmingdale this year. They were at Adelphi last year. At Farmingdale, the wind can kick up pretty heavy over there.
Definitely. They've made some huge changes to Farmingdale.
Yeah.
They have a lot of turf fields now. Beautiful facilities that they've redone. That should be an exciting opportunity for these teams.
I was a fan of Adelphi, though, I have to admit. I like that little nook.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if we talked about this, but I went to Adelphi.
Oh, did
so
you?
I'm a Panther through and through. I'm always for them.
I'm a fan of the campus.
Yeah, so I was recruited there when they didn't have all that fancy stuff, but they did get it when I was there. It's beautiful.
Oh, and how about that quick shot? And it's another goal. This time we're going to give credit to Jaden Stadler, finally getting on the stat sheet.
Yeah, Stadler's just a great player. I've seen her play many times, you know, across, you know, Long Island and everything. She's a really, really smart player. I'm not surprised that she's on the stat board. Really great placement there as well. You know, both these teams are playing zone defenses, and they're doing a great job offensively with those skip passes and working the wings. And just the cuts are so fast. You have to really close in those slides quickly, or they're going to be able to get wide open shots right in the middle.
I was actually going to just ask you that question, Vanessa. Like, if you're a defense right now, everybody's finding a way to get through. You have to get more physical. I mean, what?
It's really the check-ins on the opposite side. So it's building the trust to leave your girl on the opposite side and close in on the middle. So you're not playing a man-to-man. So if you are offside ball, you need to be pinching in faster. And it just kind of seems like they're a little bit not doing that right now.
Right.
They're really focused on the girl on that side when they really need to be focusing and checking in on the 8.
So is that trust or is that instinct? Like, what do they need to abandon or add?
I think it's trust in yourself that you're athletic enough to get in and then get out if you need to. Also, if you're a coach, you're telling them, I want that pass across. We don't want the pass in the middle.
Right.
If you're a goalie right now, both these goalies are probably very vocal about make sure you're checking into the middle, because all of these goals have been from a feed into the middle.
Yep, you're right. Outside of the 2 free positions, everything right down the middle. And both those free positions for Port Washington, so I'm sure Syosset's saying, hey, don't forget about us.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a miscommunication thing, too, where the ball's moving so quickly, right, on both sides, where you have to really be telling your teammate, you're on the other side, you need to check in.
What do we got, a little count? Was the official trying to figure out if somebody was offside?
Yeah, I think there was an offsides call.
A lot of whistles to start the game, then they calmed down, and now
Yeah, a little confusion.
that's it.
So this is where the check-in needs to happen right now. As soon as you see the girl on the wing, see how they skip past that? That's the pass you actually want. You want that pass.
Right.
Yep, they're doing much better at it.
I was going to say, it looked like they started to close in a little bit more, tighten up the space a little bit. They don't work either team really out of the X much.
No, I mean, you would only really do that if you really need the ball.
All right, well, here's a free position now for Syosset, going straight to the net, and the shot, Silvera again, and it is a hat trick for Lily Silvera.
Hat trick, and we're not even done with quarter 2. So you can tell she's just so quick off of this line, bringing that stick in tight, knowing that they're going to try to close. Beautiful placement. So poised, knows exactly where she was going to go. A lot of these girls are already playing at a collegiate level. It's so awesome.
They're ready to make the move. And now we got 10 goals in this game already with 5 minutes left in the half. Almost 6 minutes left in the half.
I don't know if you caught that on the screen, but the draw girl was switching to her draw stick. Little swapsies with the defender. The draw stick is really the big deal these days.
That's the premium, yeah. And it's going to be Violet Hortensi in there against Silvera. Silvera's done a nice job on the draws today.
Yeah, she's really placing it where she wants it to go. You can see they're going to switch again. So it's going to stick.
There's Julie Shaughnessy showing off the wheel. She gets it down there pretty quickly. You said you double team Shaughnessy and you're going to have to deal with the wrath of Silvera. She's got 3, Shaughnessy 2. And how about that nifty little back shot there by Shaughnessy, stopped. Good save there by Hayes Hassett.
A great save. She could barely see where the girl was shooting. Great step. Those are the saves you really need.
Yeah, and Shaughnessy, how about the stick work? I mean, she's really crafty. Had that deke earlier when she scored off the crease.
Yeah, she's fun to watch, for sure.
Here's Jaden Stadler from the free position. She winds it up, and another goal for Stadler, her second of the game. And this game has shifted.
I feel like she heard you from up here say she's finally on the board, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to stay on the board.
I'm not finished yet, so let's take another look.
So quick off this line.
Stadler, her second of the game.
Fast, poise, beautiful sidearm shot. Placed it just around the goal in.
They are a handful, I'll tell you. I mean, you've got Shaughnessy with 2, Stadler with 2, Silvera with 3. There's your scoring. And my goodness, I mean, they are just beating up the scoreboard here. Stadler now 17 goals. She's got an assist in this one, so that's 16 assists. Incredible.
Yeah, I love a well-balanced player that has a lot of assists and goals. I think it shows their versatility in the game. That they're able to really make those decisions on the move, be a threat no matter what, a point's a point. Love those types of players.
I think that's what the whole thing is there, what you said about being a threat. You don't know if she's going to shoot, pass, and she's got 2 studs to pass to.
That was the sun right there again. You could see it.
So do you think they have the internal competition, right? Right now you got Silvera with a hat trick. The other 2 have 2. Do you think it's like, I want my 3-piece nugget next? And
No, I mean, I'm not seeing that. I feel like they're just hitting whoever's open, you know? And because they're such a threat, they're just playing off of what they get. That was insanely beautiful.
oh, my goodness. There it is again. Shaughnessy got the hat trick, so maybe right out there, changing the sight lines with another one of her leaps.
I mean, look at the speed around here. Nice placement to the stick. High, low, high. High, low, high.
High, low.
Beautiful. That's chef's kiss.
Syosset goal by number 17, Julie
Jeez.
Shaughnessy.
And I just said, you think they're fighting for hat tricks? There you go. And Stadler, another assist. So we're going to take a timeout for Port Washington. We're going to take a timeout here at T&D. Folks, we'll be back in a little bit.
Experience. Trusted. prove it. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Save Hill. Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
And we are back here in Syosset, and oh my goodness, what a game.
Great game.
3-0 Port Washington out of the gate. All of a sudden, 4 unanswered goals. We're at 4-3. This game now at 8-4.
Yes.
What is the difference in Syosset, Vanessa?
I feel like Syosset is just like a human highlight reel, no matter who gets the ball right now. They are staying poised. They don't care who scores. They don't care who's getting the assist. They are just looking for that open man. I think they're doing a great job on the draw as well.
And I'm probably most impressed with the creativity with the sticks. I mean, they are just changing sight lines constantly on the keeper, bouncing it, going high, going low, taking advantage of the 2 free positions.
I mean, you could definitely tell that they respect Hayes Hassett. They are faking more than once or twice, so making it very difficult. They obviously came into this game knowing that she's a great goalie and that they were going to have to change their shots.
Yeah, and they certainly are, and taking advantage of it. And just found out, we got this, our insider, Jonathan Perez, who just said that Dylan Stadler, the older brother of Jaden, is a Marist star lacrosse player as well. So it's in the bloodline.
It's in the bloodline, working in the backyard, right? That's where that creativity comes in,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Big brother. And I'd imagine, too, you know, when you got a big brother out there, you learn how to get a little more physical, a different kind of competition.
Definitely.
But it's in the family, so, you know, we know lacrosse is a Long Island game for sure. But great when you see brother and sister both successful in the sport.
Absolutely.
So Marist and Vanderbilt, parents got to be proud.
Yeah, 2 Division I players, for sure. I mean, I feel like Syosset has always had, and Port Washington, but Syosset has always had a long history of sending players to really high-level Division I schools. So I'm not surprised, you know, being here today that there's players that are still doing that. They've always had a really good youth program, have always really been steady in playoffs for Nassau. You know, when you're going into a Syosset game, you're watching film, you're studying, you know that they're going to play a full 4-quarter game.
Yeah. It's a culture for sure. And they have brought the artillery today. I mean, again, you can't say enough. If you watch the first 4 minutes, felt like it was going to go in one direction.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the beauty about lacrosse, too, is that if you make the adjustments you need to make, you can really swing it the other way as well. You know, Port Washington does have 2 more quarters left to adjust their defense, to adjust their draw, and really try to get some shots off. When they get down there, they're scoring. You know, they just have to get down there.
They got to get down there, right. And right now, possession certainly in favor of Syosset in this second quarter.
They're not afraid to look in.
They are not afraid to look in, and there's another goal, and tally another one for Stadler. Big brother would be proud. She's just lighting up the scoreboard today.
Absolutely.
We'll get another look at how this thing started.
Again, coming off of that X spot, they're going up the wing. If somebody's stick is slightly open, they are passing it off. And I think that this is a reminder that they're building the momentum off of the confidence, right? So they've had a couple of these in this quarter where they've seen a stick, took a chance. So they're really playing free. They seem really excited still.
And there she is, Jaden Stadler. We're going to get a look at her. So that's her third goal of the game. We have now 3 hat tricks.
3 hat tricks.
So
Love
maybe there is a little internal competition looking for each other.
Definitely.
Oh, my goodness. 3 girls with 3 goals. And it's a 3-coach set. Look out. Silvera, Stadler, Shaughnessy, the triple S's.
Yeah, say that 3 times fast.
Oh. Silvera, Stadler, Shaughnessy, Silvera. No, how about that, though? The 3 of them absolutely putting on a show, fireworks, and Port Washington having a tough time trying to figure them out.
And Port Washington did a great job on the defense there. You know, I mean, they were pretty much stick on stick. I mean, you really only saw half of her stick open. So I think that says something about the level of play that these girls are at.
And how about Shaughnessy just getting that pass to a place where it was going to be over the top of everybody else?
Yep.
You do have to feel for Hayes Hassett right now. I mean, she's just seeing shots from every which way. And I'd imagine it's tough just to follow the ball when they're passing that well.
Absolutely.
And we've got a free position now, and the big windup, and the shot goes wide. That was Addison Amity, the sophomore midfielder, one of the top goal scorers on this team, and they've done a good job shutting Amity down.
Keep that stick high.
And for the Vikings, I'd imagine that's going to be one of the other goals. Try to set Amity up. She is one of the more athletic athletes on the team, and she's got a wicked shot. So see if they can get her a little bit more involved in the offense. And
Great back check.
Great back check, and a good run to the net for Amber Fox. But Syosset's playing with a little bit of a different swagger now defensively as well.
Definitely. Well, I think you could also take some more chances as well when it's 9-4. You know, I'd probably be like, it's okay if we put someone on the line a little bit. You don't want to do it often, but.
Right. As long as that gap is there right now. 9-4.
Oh, wow. I thought that might have went in. That's a great save.
And that's going to end the first half. We're going to take another look at that shot.
Deflected off of the defender there.
Yeah.
Hayes Hassett was on it. She knew.
Yeah, intended for Stadler. Goes off her stick, but no go. However, it is now 9-5 in favor of the Braves. It's halftime. You're watching T&D, and we'll be back for the second half of the game.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored one. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Shot and a goal! Liam Byrne with the first. Scored another one. They scored one. A shot and a save. Bonacera.
Very patient.
Shot and a goal.
Great
there
job.
he is.
Great.
Patrick Island.
Up top, El Male. Nice feed in front. And Delaberti puts it home. Cooper sophomore up top. Gets hit. Fires and scores.
Great shot. He's a terrific player.
There's a shot and there's a score by James.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
Up top, El Male. Nice feed in front. And Delaberti puts it home. Cooper sophomore up top. Gets hit. Fires and scores.
Great shot. He's a terrific player.
There's a shot and there's a score by James.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Save. Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
Up top, El Male. Nice feed in front. And Delaberti puts it home. Cooper sophomore up top. Gets hit. Fires and scores.
Great shot. He's a terrific player.
There's There's a shot and there's a score by James.
So this is a T&D Sports production, and there's the score. Syosset leads by a score of 9-4. How did we get there? It was Dello Iacono for Port Washington scoring the first goal, and then Maggie Cassidy, who's got 2 on the day, scored the second. Violet Hortensi from a free position. She's got 1 goal. There was 3-0, and then all of a sudden came the big push for Syosset. Their goal scorers are Julie Shaughnessy, 3 goals and an assist, the Hattie there. Jaden Stadler, 3 goals and an assist, another hat trick. Lily Silvera's got 3 goals. Charlie Kaplan assisted 2. That makes up the total 9. Scores 9-4.
Really beautiful day today for these 2 teams. It's a little bit cold. They had a little bit of sun in their eyes, but Syosset really brought the heat in the second quarter, I have to say.
They certainly did. The sun is up, and the goals, they're coming in droves. 3 girls with 3 assists. Absolutely an incredible showing. And again, coming down from 3-0 and then having the 4 unanswered goals continue to bring the heat. Second half, a lot on the plate for Port Washington right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like Syosset, there's a saying in lacrosse, it's called they put on a clinic. Mm-hmm. We definitely saw a clinic in that second quarter. So I think Port Washington, if I was at halftime, they're probably hopefully making adjustments. On their defense end. All right, so we have upcoming broadcast schedule for T&D Sports video production. You know I'm going to say it. You better make sure you follow them on YouTube and on Instagram so that way you make sure that you do not miss these games. Awesome opportunity to see some really high level, not only lacrosse. We have our next one that is up is St. Anthony's versus Sacred Heart. That's always a great one. 2 rival schools will be competing. We have East Islip versus Comswag. And we're going to come back to that because we have already started on that whistle.
There you go. Lots of girls lacrosse games for the rest of April and starting out May. And then, like you said, some baseball and mixing it all up here on T&D. So lots of action, and we are back to this action. Again, it is 9-4 in favor of Syosset, showing off their scoring and then buckling down that defense. And I think you also got a little more information about that Stadler family.
Yes, so former coach of Syosset, head coach Lomo, she was actually just letting us know that it is really in the bloodline. Talon, her older sister, was the first All-American for Syosset, and she went to UPenn.
UPenn, look at that. Again,
so,
what colleges?
Amazing colleges, 3 kids, 3 All-Stars for Syosset, and all Division I athletes.
And 3 goals for Stadler. 3 is the lucky number today.
Yes.
So far. But certainly in the bloodline, and again, they said it was a sister affair here. You've got 2 Shaughnessy's on the team, and I believe 2 Friedlands on the team, 2 Marcherettes on the team. We're missing one of the sets. I'm going to have to take a look. But it's great when you see the families out there playing and, just creating that competition in the backyard and bringing it to the turf.
The refs and the clock, they're not friends today.
Is that what they're figuring out again? Some nice saves there by Hayes Hassett as well when we were chatting there about all those goals. But she did a nice job making 2 big saves. Again, she's 4th year, has over 300 career saves.
Yeah, I think it really shows the level of goalie that she is. While Syosset does have 9 goals, there was a lot more shots that she saw. And the ball's moving so fast.
It really is. Coming from every direction. They are creating some great passing lanes and shooting lanes. Syosset.
Another look in. Their cuts are just so fast. One right after the other.
And this group, mostly juniors, so they do have more time to develop this Braves team.
Yeah, that's always great when you have them for a year or 2 more.
Yeah, it's a great luxury. And, I mean, all your top scorers there, Julie is a senior. But Jaden is a junior. And Lily's a junior. How about that cut-in shot?
Great
and
save.
a big save. Yeah, how about that?
Talk about Hayes Hassett on this save. You know, she really does know it's coming. She seems very ready for it. It was a really beautiful shot that she was able to really just punch out of her stick.
Yeah, she's done a great job, and she's made the saves. 5 holes. She's got them up top. She's got 7 now. And like you said, not an easy task when they're coming from every direction. And pure goal scorers on the Syosset team. Like, they know how to hit the back of the net. They haven't shot many wide.
No, not many. I think that they definitely knew that Hayes Hassett is a great goalie. They had a lot of fakes in there when they were scoring in that second quarter. A lot of adjustments made to get that ball in back of the net.
And again, speaking of adjustments, Syosset, a new coach, a new defensive system, learning on the fly. And she also had to credit her assistant coach, Sarah Dunlop. It's her first year. She handles the offense. Louisa Christensen, who's a veteran to the staff, goalie coach, and Tara DiBernardo, who is the positive energy coach. You got to love that. That would be my position.
Mindset performance coach?
Yeah, that's.
I love that.
Everybody needs one, right?
You know what? It's really kind of a new era for that in mental performance coaching, and I think there's a lot of science behind it really helping have athletes perform, focus, learning how to adjust quickly.
Yeah, and starting it at this level, even younger, is fantastic.
Yeah, I love that Syosset has that, is promoting that. I also love that they have a goalie coach. I think that's great for high school, too.
That's huge, right? And I'm sure other people, coming in volunteering and helping out, and I'm sure camps in the summer and off-season work. But they say it takes a village, and they got 4 coaches on staff.
That's great.
Trying to tee up Silvera again. She loses the handle on it. That shot off balance goes wide. And that's going to be the shot clock. So we'll get a look at the save by Hayes.
Beautiful, beautiful save. She really just followed that follow through. It was a great shot, too.
Yep.
Great shot, great save.
And even though she's wearing the mask, you could almost see her eyes following that thing right in. Great save. And Hayes is a senior. So this is her hurrah, a big year.
So her coach was also saying that she's a captain and that the team really responds well to her. She really helps them in recentering, and she takes the lead on that on the defense.
And that is Coach Pamela Giordano. And her assistant coach is Morgan Molinari O'Connor. Nice pass down low, and that shot manages to find the back of the net. A good little side shot there by Tess Baudet.
They really needed that goal. You could tell she put her body through that ball knowing that. A great look in, a nice little spin move here. She sees that left side open and just really snaps it hard low.
Yeah, and that was Addison Amity that found her down low. Great pass down there. And for Tess Baudet, so she plays for a club team, and she's a defender there. Coach said that she is so strong on the ride. However, she's a bulldog. She's a finisher. She's one of those. She takes that defensive skill set and brings it to the offense, so she's physical and wins a lot of those battles.
I love that. I think, being able to be versatile on different teams, showcasing that you could play both. Really great opportunity that she has with Port Washington.
Yeah,
Not everyone gets that.
Yeah, no, and I think it's a great, you see the game differently when you played one side and now you're there.
Yeah, my daughter's actually a defender who's playing attack for her team this year. And at first she was a little hesitant, but she's having some fun with it. And I agree, like the rides, you can get so many caused turnovers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about it earlier, too, about, like, sometimes personalities play a role. Like, I feel like some kids, you just know they're defenders. It's kind of built into their DNA. Some are goal scorers. It's built into their DNA. But when you can make the switch, shot blocked out in front, good opportunity there.
Great defense.
And the second shot is in. And I believe it was Shaughnessy. We'll get another look at it, but, like, right over the top. I don't even know how she found that ball.
I love the way that this team just continues to fight for the ball. She sees that ball on the floor, and she's just like, it's mine, I'm going for it. She saw that the goalie was high and was able to come up and over. I love scrappy goals like that you don't really know who's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
And, just take the shot if you can.
Here's another look at it. I mean, that's hard work right there. That ball is bouncing
Julia
around.
Shaughnessy.
And look at it, pick it up, and boom.
Syosset goal, Julia Shaughnessy.
So that's number 4 for Shaughnessy.
Her
And
fourth.
number 10 for Syosset. Ten to 5. So just when Port Washington finally gets back on the board.
It's almost like unfortunate for them because it was such a great defensive play, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, as a coach, you're always playing scramble. You got to get that ball, right? Or the cause turnover really negates itself.
Right. And honestly, sometimes you just lose the battle, and that she's a stud.
Right place, right time, right moment.
Yeah. Scooped it right up and took that shot. And you got to feel for Hayes Hassett. I mean, she's done a remarkable job. That's almost impossible to defend.
That's where they say there's like also a little bit of luck in the game, right? Like that bounce was just strange. It was just went right there. Some of those things sometimes just happen.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to roll it off. Next play. I think this is the first time that we're in a 5-goal lead, correct? For Syosset?
9-4, right before.
That's right.
And now.
That's right.
So they
two
answered
times.
2 times. But regardless, it's double digits now, and we've got the race, the goals race over here. Shaughnessy now with 4, Stadler and Silvera with 3 apiece. And what do we got? A card here, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike, I believe.
This is second card of the game?
Yeah. The first one was to Tess Baudet earlier, and this one is going to be Ella Cucinato.
Definitely don't want a man-up opportunity if you're Port Washington. So this is going to be a long 2 minutes.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's a tough call. Is it releasable? Did we see?
I did not see if it's releasable or not. Looks like we're about to find out, though.
Yeah. Well, for Port Washington's sake, you hope so. Although I like that Syosset's being very methodical right now, moving the ball very well. They're in no rush.
Doing a great job, like just spreading out, passing it around.
Well, they know they've got the clock on the side. Shot clock as well. It's about 45 seconds remaining. So they're going to use it. Big lead. And how about that? A big save there by Hayes Hassett. A wall.
So everyone's probably focused on the goal here, but what I just saw was incredible off-ball play. One player goes to the 8, and she actually set a pick for number 13 to get open. All right, we're going to show this, okay? So she holds. One goes the other way. The one goes on to the right side. So both defenders thought it was that first girl, and she brought them with her just for that opening. And that is where holding space is so important in the game of lacrosse. And she just got it wide open for her teammate.
Are we in a goal? Oh, so they did score on.
They did score. They did score.
All
Number
right.
13 scored.
11-5. Yeah, there we go. That was quick. Peyton Chunts, sophomore. And let's see, not releasable, so 1:07 left.
Syosset goal scored by Peyton Chunts.
That's her first, and it makes it 11-5.
And she's a sophomore, midfielder and attacker, and the coach actually said that she's really athletic, very coachable, does anything that she's told to do. So I think that's a really great opportunity for her to be playing with those older players and being able to execute.
And we'll see if she brings in some more of the youngsters as the game goes on with the lead. 2 7th graders on this team, who Coach Graham said do get playing time. And it's number 21, Ariana Rayo. She's a defender, takes a lot of the draws for the team when she gets in. And Megan Marcheret, an attack, wearing number 20. So we'll see if they get them in. The youth movement is on here in Syosset.
Absolutely. I love it. You know, I'm from an era that if you were good enough, you were able to play up. A lot of schools have, like, not allowed 7th graders to play up now. So I'm a fan of it if you can. It's an opportunity to, you know, grow with a good team.
And moving the ball well down there. And there's a goal for Addison Amity. Said earlier that she needed to get set up. She finally gets one into the net. So Amity, her first goal of the game.
4 Washington goals scored.
And we are back and forth, 11-6 now. Nice pass down low, getting through 3 defenders there.
Yeah, both teams are really great at feeding it in when they see stick. I think Syosset just had more opportunities.
I mean, Amity just did a good job creating space with 3 defenders on her back, 1 in front of her. That's not an easy shot to get off. But that 5-goal lead doesn't want to expand. 11-6 now.
Are we still on the penalty?
Yeah, 4 seconds left on the penalty. That's a shorty. Short-handed goal. Yeah, it looked like there was, I believe, he called it unsportsmanlike. Didn't see what happened. But 2 minutes, non-releasable. And we've got 2.5 remaining in this third quarter here in Syosset. The shadows starting to creep onto the field a little bit. I'm sure they want to get this thing done while the sun is still on the turf. The temperature drops rapidly.
That is a draw that Port Washington needed for sure. They're now even. The penalty is no longer.
And the way this game's going, I mean, anything can happen at any given moment. There's been a lot of unanswered goals going in both directions. And now Port Washington trying to set up down low. Nice pass out in front. And oh my goodness, that thing tucked right under the post. It's a beautiful goal for Amber Fox. It looked like the pass was originally intended for Maggie Cassidy, but found its way to Fox, and Fox scores.
8th grader. Or she's been on the team since 8th grade. She's a junior attacker.
Port Washington goal scored by Amber Fox.
That was a weird, as soon as Fox got the ball, it looked like some of the Port players started going back on defense. They didn't realize that she scooped it back up. Maybe that's the conversation there.
She's like, I was just there.
Yeah.
Very similar situation to when Syosset just scored,
yes,
right?
It's
like someone was in the right place, right time, got the ball in their stick and shot. Both goalies are definitely seeing action today.
A lot of action, and you can't guess what's going on. I mean, some of these goals are just out of nowhere. And again, fooled her entire team. The ball hit the turf, and everybody ran in the opposite direction. Fox said, I'm not finished here. 11-7, under 2 minutes here on the North Shore of Long Island.
That's an interesting call. He called it for white. I guess he called a cross check there.
So Syosset now not going to rest on their laurels. 11-7, 4-goal lead. And we have seen leads evaporate pretty quickly in this game. Using the shot clock.
Port Washington is definitely playing more high pressure right now.
And there we go. It's another one on the board. As soon as you said high pressure, Silvera decides she's going to score her 4th. So Lily Silvera, her 4th goal of the game, and it is now 12-7.
Syosset goal scored by Lily Silvera, her 4th of the game.
All right, so it looks like Port Washington played a high pressure. 13 was able to get around it. Her eyes are up. She just sees Silvera right there in the middle. I love how Silvera, she knew exactly where she was. She caught that ball, knew she was in front of the net, was able to just get that quick stick shot off. Great placement, a lot of poise. 4th goal of the night.
Yeah, she kind of owns that space right there, and Chuntz knew exactly where she was going to be. So if our pattern is correct, I believe Stadler is due for her 4th now. Shaughnessy just scored her 4th. Silvera got her 4th. Stadler on deck.
Getting the stats in, for sure.
It's incredible. They're just kind of chasing each other right now.
You know, I think that there's also something just like hot stick, right? They're finding each other. They're taking great shots. They're getting it in, right? You just keep kind of going.
Yeah, 100%.
Go for it, right? If you have that opportunity.
And they're all finding each other. I mean, it's
Great
Kaplan
save
set
by
those
that
up.
goalie.
Kaplan set those first 2 goals up, and then since then it feels like it's been those 3 just finding the lanes and making Hayes Hassett day difficult.
Beautiful save by the Syosset goalie. They called a foul right after that.
Yep, so now Puthasari is going to have to face off against Violet Ortenzi.
That's a second
Wow.
step down shot that number 10 has had on the 8-meter. Beautiful placement there.
Now it's 12-8, and here it is.
I mean, she just sets herself up so athletically. She is ready to go. She knows where the ball's going to go. One step and just a quick release. Beautiful placement there.
And Coach said that her strength is one of the biggest assets for her.
You could see it, like right when she's on that 8. She's really good at drawing the fouls, for sure.
Yeah.
She holds strong.
Port Washington goal scored by Violet.
She's headed to Furman University. So many commits in their junior year.
Oh, yeah, these 2 schools are really known for sending kids to great places. Port Washington as well. So junior year, September 1st of your junior year, you're able to start talking verbally to Division I coaches.
Well, they certainly lock them down early, and that's got to be a comfort to the family. You know, like as far as your senior year, you're not worried about injuries, stats. You can just play, enjoy the game. And another goal on the board. You can't blink around here. And it's Jaden Stadler. Why not? 4-4-4.
You called it.
I didn't call it. This is just just a pattern at this stage of the game. I wish, you know.
Syosset goal scored by Jaden Stadler.
Oh, my
her
goodness.
4th of the game.
Well, what a setup out in front, and that shot right at the hips, a beauty.
I have to say, I love that Syosset. Every single one of their goals is assisted.
Yeah.
Number 17 is incredible, Shaughnessy, in just really threading the needle there. She's done this over and over again today. Her head is up. You can tell she's a triple threat. She's either going to dodge, and if she doesn't dodge and she sees someone, it's going right to their stick. Really beautiful lacrosse they're playing tonight.
And one of the things we haven't mentioned much is her dodging ability. You've seen it on full display. She's fantastic. Quick feet. All right, well, we're going to count this thing down. 5 seconds in a quarter that started out slow, and now the goals are coming aplenty, and that is going to end the third quarter. It is 13-8 in favor of Syosset. We'll see if those three can get their 5th goals after this.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Savill. Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
All right, we're back here at T&D Video Production. Here it is. If you look at April the 20th, 22nd, 25th, 28th, and May 2nd, it's girls lacrosse. Then we're going to go to the NPSFL on the 9th, NYPD, NYCD, also on the 16th as well. And then May 20th and 30th, we go from baseball to the Fun City Bowl. And then, of course, got to end it with football in June the 17th, the NFF All-Star Classic. Got to love when you get the All-Stars out on the field, but it's all there. Baseball, football, lax. What can you ask for from the T&D Sports Network?
Absolutely. And make sure you go follow them on Instagram, on YouTube, so you do not miss any of this live footage.
You got to love it. T&D brings you so much action, and the action that they're bringing you right now. Fourth quarter in what seems like a game that just doesn't want to end. Start a little late. And we are at 13-8. Been an hour and a half so far. That's pretty wild.
That is wild. Syosset is just coming right in for it with that first draw.
Well, we'll see if Syosset continues to build on this lead. 13-8. 5 has been the magic number. It got to 6 for like a minute. But they have been answering each other one for one. But Port Washington's going to need more than one at a time at this stage. The question is, can they finish this game with the sun still on the field?
We're placing bets.
We might have to. I'm also going to bet Shaughnessy with the next goal. I'm doing the pattern thing. Should be Shaughnessy, Silvera, Stadler next. And they're moving the ball very well.
Oh, beautiful look.
Looked like a deflection and maybe a save there by Hassett. Might have got a foot on it.
They're really just finding those seams. They're not afraid to whip the ball in.
And the clock management, too. They're taking a look. They're working the clock as
Absolutely.
they should. right?
Absolutely.
Now, you could speak to it. If there wasn't a shot clock, we would probably see this for the next 10 minutes.
Yes. Thank goodness for the shot clock.
Yeah. Here comes Shaughnessy. Dishes it out in front. Shot over the net. Good look there. Intended for Peyton Chunts, looking for her second goal of the game.
That's a great look. Great save. Wow. Hayes Hassett showing off with a great save there for her team.
And they're trying to feed Peyton Chunts, number 13. That's her second shot during that offensive drive.
Yeah.
She's got one.
I hope they play that offense again. They were in a 3-2-2, triangle up top. Really beautiful to play against a zone. That's how they're getting those slip-ins. Actually, Adelphi women's lacrosse plays that exact offense set.
What's the advantage of having that triangle up there?
The 3 girls up top playing defense have to make a decision to either go into the 8 or go onto ball. So that's how the girl that's driving is able to find the girl in the middle.
For Washington, and it looked like a turnover, and we'll see if Syosset comes out. They do pick up the ground, and we got the reset of the clock.
I think there was a little bit of a yard sale going on there too. This might be a breakaway.
Shuns to Shaughnessy.
Nice look.
Oh yeah.
I love that Hayes Hassett had that save for herself. I mean, one-on-one with the goalie. She's like, nah, get out of here.
That was the 7th grader, though, that took the shot, so that could have been a beauty. Megan Marcheret getting in the game. And you're right, Hayes just had to stop it.
Just not easy being a goalie in that situation.
No.
So I think that she really showed off her skill there.
Impressive, though, that Marcheret got down there and took that shot, the 7th grader, showing a little moxie. But they knew Shaughnessy's next for the goal, so the gods just wouldn't let it happen. All of a sudden, these great saves, right? Chun's got stopped 3 times. It's like, no.
Yeah, they're back in the 3-2-2 set. I absolutely love this set. You see number 13 there. See how they're in that triangle up top? Then the drive and the slip is right there. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. That took an odd bounce, and I believe it's going to be Peyton Chunts getting her second.
This is such a great set to break apart a zone. Okay, so you have number 1 here. That nice little slip. Oh, back shot. Love it. Back shot bounce.
Yeah, that was wild. Get another look.
See the triangle there? She looks like she's going left. The slip is there. And a great save by Hayes Hassett on this rewind. She's had 3 saves in a row here. In tight, another save for her team.
Wow.
Here's the 3rd one. Here we come. One-on-one with Hayes Hassett. Nope, not going to happen today.
You got to tip your hat to the day that Hassett has, and again, that's why she's got over 300 saves. She's seen quite a few, and if my tallies are correct, I think she has 11. That might have been 12. 12 saves.
12 saves on the day. Yeah. Not easy when your team is not in the lead, right? I think very easy for a goalie to maybe just mentally give up. She's playing to the last minute here, and I love that for her.
Yeah, she's very impressive, showing guts and why she's a captain on this team for sure. Well, Peyton Chun's getting her second goal of the game.
That last Syosset goal by Peyton Chun's, her second.
And still in the game up top is Megan Marcheret, wearing number 20. That's a 7th grader. She's a right-handed shot coach that she's got as high an IQ as you can get. She thinks she sleeps with her stick.
That was a great back check by the Port Washington defender. A little sneaky there.
Also checked in for Syosset, number 2, Callie Sakillis, junior attack. She's going to a D2 school. Get that in a sec. So Callie Sakillis, she's a D2 going to Nova Southeastern. It's a new school in Florida. A new D2.
Yes, they just started that program this year. I was able to speak with the coach recently. They're really excited for this program. Young coach, just moved down there.
Wow.
Getting it started. And let me tell you something about Florida recruitment right now. It doesn't matter whether it's Division 1, 2, or 3 down there. Everyone's battling for kids because kids want to move south. And very heavy recruitment.
So what
for
had
players.
you talking to the coach? Oh, boy, that's a big hit.
Helping with recruitment, learning.
Awesome.
I like to learn what the programs are offering academically. I think academics first. Lacrosse could be a great tool, driver for these girls to get a great education. So like to just touch base with coaches, see, what they're looking for academically. What does their school offer academically? What are they known for? What are they looking for in players? Different teams looking for different players. The first thing that a Florida coach will tell me, though, we need players that know how to play in the heat.
Oh.
If you can't manage the tournament heat, probably Florida is not the place to go.
That's fair.
It's very humid and hot.
So do they have their eyes on Long Island specifically?
Oh, yeah. I mean, St. Leo's, they're Division 2 right now. They're number 4 in the nation in Division 2. They probably have about 8 Long Island players on their team. Flagler as well has a
I knew that.
bunch of Long Island players. USF also recruited a ton of Long Island players in their first season. They just actually won their conference as
right?
well. Yeah. So second year as a program won their conference.
Well, they're going to enjoy Callie Sakillis down there at Nova Southeastern,
Yes.
the junior. Syosset represent down there. But good to see her in the game now, too.
I mean, in this weather, I'd want to go to Florida, too.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I think they'll say we don't mind the heat when you got to still deal with this Long Island wind. It's at times that I'm reminded that we live on an island, right? When you get that tropical wind coming through and you're like, oh, yeah, we're surrounded by water on 4 sides. And that one's going to bounce down. Looks like the shot clock is going to die out. No harm, no foul for Syosset. They'll take it. It's going to go the other way now for Port Washington. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of a sense of urgency on this side.
What a beautiful cause turnover there. I'm sorry, that deserves a highlight reel. So gorgeous. Cause turnovers are the name of this game. I know that we all love the goals, but just to see how they were coming on a transition, one hand grab.
Wow.
That was Peyton Chun's, right?
Yeah, she's on fire right now.
Yeah, she's on fire. And you know what? Her coach actually said how athletic she is. And I think that just goes to show her athleticism. That's the type of player you want in big games. Midi attack, being able to turn that ball back to her team is a huge deal.
And one-handed. I mean, that was...
Love it. Love it.
All right, here comes Syosset. Maybe looking to still put a few on after that shot clock violation. Don't want to have that twice. We'll see. But if you're a coach, I mean, I'm sure you don't mind running it down to the wire, try to get a shot. You get it, you don't. No harm, no foul.
Doesn't look like they're trying to let up.
Oh, a little bouncer out in front. Hassett managed to catch it out of the side of her peripheral. And almost an errant pass.
Just a little high there, but she was able to get a shot off. And I think that's probably what you're looking for if you're a Port Washington coach. Just make sure you're still shooting, make sure you're still getting opportunities. Less than 3 minutes left. And that's going to go to Syosset. It was a great tip-off play by the defender. Able to grab that.
And now Syosset with possession with 2 minutes, so 90 seconds of that. We'll see if they just let that run on down. Certainly taking their time. Going to pass it back to Puthasari. Didn't say her name much today, but a good day for Roma as well.
I'm sure she's very happy about that with her team with the win.
Absolutely.
Especially, I think Port Washington took the win last year in playoffs. So I'm sure Syosset was very excited to come into this game today.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Syosset. Maybe a little switcheroo, substitution time. We're going to take a break while they figure it out down there, and we'll be back for the last 1:14.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Ground ball pickup. Great job by Aubrey Eisfeld. Great job by Save Ball gets fed inside. From behind to number 3, Dylan McNamara.
All right, we are back here, T&D at Syosset. 1:14 left. It's 14-8. And I guess, honestly, Vanessa, what is your vision for both these teams moving forward?
You know, I think Syosset really had a statement game today. You know, I think heading into playoffs soon, this is a game you want to win, no matter what coach you are, either Port Washington or Syosset. I think the team showed a lot of poise and execution. I also think that they showed that they can, they have multiple different goal scorers, and they don't just dodge, they feed, which is a big threat going into playoffs for any team playing them next.
Without a doubt, this is going to be a game that they look back on and scout for sure. Syosset is going to advance with a 5-5 record. They are 500 at the right time. Port's going to drop to 3-7. They're going to have some work ahead of them.
Yeah, I think they were a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed their offense. I think they played really smart. They were able to kind of pull apart the zone.
And it feels like it was 3 days ago, but they were down 3-0 at one point and had to come back and take control of the game. So,
yeah, it was definitely a very different first quarter than the rest of the game, for sure.
and that is going to count it down. And folks, Syosset is your winner by a score of 14-8. Again, they are now 5-5 on the season. Port drops to 3-7. This is a T&D Sports production. There's your score. Join us again Wednesday. It's going to be St. Anthony's and Sacred Heart Lacrosse. You're watching again the T&D Sports production. For producer Tom Bruno, technical director Jamie Burkhart, cameraman Christian Rue, and our other cameraman Dave Stemple, my partner Vanessa Windsor. I'm Robert Anderson. Thanks for joining us here in Syosset. Congratulations, Braves. You're watching the T&D Sports production.